The first one we are going to is called one lap OCL. We have the one lap OCL, in which the 4 minutes means one level above or below. OCL. We have the second type of OCL, which is called the SOCL. OCL, and the SOCL stands for supports OCL. Then we have the R. Then we also have this. We also have this. We have the ROCL, which stands for resistance OCL. After that, we have the LSOCL. I know you've seen this one in my page. LSOCL, which means now we have the LSOCL, which stands for left side OCL. Sometimes acts as a cure. All right, so these are the OCL we are going to focus on in this class. For us to get a support or resistance OCL, this is what we must see. We must see something like this. Some of you might have watched some videos and you've heard engulf OCL. This is purely different from engulf OCL. So I'll say we have that candle, a green candle. That is for now we are getting support and resistance OCL. We have this green candle. Then after the candle was formed, we have another one, which is this one. There's going to be the black candle, that's a bearish candle. And we have another black candle like this. Immediately we have something like this. This area now is going to be, remember I taught you guys OCL in the last class. This place is going to be our resistance OCL. Why is it called resistance OCL? Because this is the OCL that is formed after the market formed a resistance here. This is a resistance and it's the closest this thing that is formed. And watch how this thing happens. The resistance OCL, you see how this OCL is? You see how this OCL is? It might happen like this also, it's still valid. The resistance OCL, this OCL is a must. This other green candle at the left hand side must engulf it like this. You see how it is. If it happens like this is not a resistance OCL. The only time you have a resistance OCL, this is a resistance OCL here. Now for support OCL, which is also arrow OCL, for support OCL, the same thing, which is opposite of this. We have a black and we have green. Have a green candle. And we have another green. Now, these OCLs I'm teaching you, they are very important. For now, I'm only teaching you the types. I'm not showing you guys how to use it, but these are the OCL you see me use mainly. You see me, this is the only kind of OCL you see me use whenever I'm trading. If you've been following up on my TikTok page. So this is our support OCL. Why is this our support OCL? Because this is the OCL that was created after this support was created here. You see that? This is it here. And I'm only showing you OCLs or types sub key levels that are very strong and powerful. That's what I'm showing you guys in the class. So this is a support OCL. Now, some people that watched some videos on YouTube might have come across something called engulfed OCL. I don't use engulf OCL based on my backtesting. They don't work. You've come across something called engulfed OCL, something like this. Yeah, I don't trade. You won't see me. I don't trade engulf OCL because they are not that based on the way I trade the advanced MSNR. I don't trade it. So now this OCL here is purely different from engulf OCL. Remember, this is a resistance OCL, this is a support OCL. If you want to look at engulf OCL on the chart, this is what you're going to see on the chart. This is how engulf OCL looks like. You see this one here for resistance. In engulf OCL, what you will see will be something like this. You will see something like this. This is what you're going to see. For engulf OCL, you have that green, you have another green. Maybe the market was bullish going up. You have this kind of movement like this. Then you now have a black candle like this, like this. If you see why they call it an engulf OCL, because this candle, the OCL engulfs these two candles like this. That's what they call it engulf OCL. But you won't see me, I don't trade engulf OCLs. You won't see me trade it. Because based on my backtesting and the way I trade advanced MSNR, they are not that strong for me to trade. So you see these two different things. So don't let them confuse you. This one here, this engulf OCL is purely different from this resistance OCL. So don't see engulf OCL and you start trading thinking it's resistance OCL. Now for this other one to correct it also, when you want to see engulf OCL that is coming from the downside, what you see is something like this. You see two black candles coming down like this. See two black candles coming down like this. Then after that, you now see um a green candle engulfed. Yeah, this is it. You see, these four different sets. This one here is engulfed. This one here is engulfed. You see, they are different from our support and resistance OCL. So don't get confused. This is a what support OCL. This is resistance OCL. These two here are not our this thing. They are not support OCL. They are not resistance OCL. This is the correct one. Resistance OCL, resistance OCL. Resistance OCL, support OCL. So if you see this in the market, just know that this is an engulf. We don't trade engulf. We don't trade engulf. So I just wanted to correct that so you won't be making the mistake when you see this one in the market. And remember, support and resistance OCL. For resistance OCL, this green must engulf the OCL. You see the way it is. So like this is valid, like this also is valid. It doesn't matter, but like this is not valid. This green must engulf the OCL. For this one, like this is valid, like this is also valid as long as it covers this engulfs covers this. But like this is not a resistance OCL. You understand? Okay, so we are done with that resistance OCL. We are going to go into the chart later, but for now, let's cover all these things. We've done support and resistance OCL. The next one we're going to cover is going to be the okay, we're going to do one lap OCL now. But before that, let's see some support and resistance OCL. This is a resistance here, and this is a resistance OCL. You see that? This is another resistance OCL. You see how the bullish candle engulfed the two black candles. You see that that's a resistance OCL. This one is not, this is not a resistance OCL. You see this is not a resistance OCL, just a normal OCL. This is not a resistance OCL because this last bullish candle didn't engulf them. So that is not a resistance OCL. Take note. Let's look for, now this is a support OCL. This area here, this is a support OCL. Support OCL, that's a support OCL. Now we have, let's look for another support or resistance OCL. This one here, this is not a support OCL. Remember what I just told you guys, this is an engulfing OCL. This is not support OCL. They are not strong. This is not a support OCL, except you have your own kind of strategies in trading, but I don't trade engulf OCL. So this is not a support OCL. So don't get confused. This one now is a support OCL. This place is a support OCL. Why is it a support OCL? You see, the bearish candle engulfed the OCL of the two bullish candles. So that is, this one here is also a support OCL. Is a support OCL. And let's look for one more resistance OCL. This is not a resistance OCL because I said it's the closest OCL to the resistance or support. Doesn't mean that you see any OCL and you mark it as resistance or support OCL. It must be the closest to resistance, and the last bullish candle must engulf it for resistance OCL. For support, it must be the closest to support. It must be the closest OCL to support, and the last bearish candle must engulf it's so support OCL, support OCL. This is not a resistance OCL. This is not a support OCL. Let's look for another support OCL or resistance OCL. This is a support OCL here. This is a resistance OCL. This is a resistance OCL. You see, the one the market used when the market came back here was this resistance OCL. Let's look at it. Let's see if it was the one. Yeah, it was the one. See, it did not go above here. So this was the resistance OCL the market used. So you're going to learn how to use that also. This is a support OCL. You're going to know when support and resistance OCL is valid to use. Okay. So because you might be confused, this is support OCL, this is a support here. So which of them should I use? You're going to learn that when we get to that part. So that is it for support and resistance OCL. Now you've done support and resistance OCL. We can now do one lap OCL. What does one lap mean? One lap simply means one level above or below OCL. Now, let's see those places we mark our support OCL. Now, when we mark it, this is our support OCL, right? If I check above, you have another OCL here. You have another OCL here. If I want to go one step down, one step down, one step down, if I want to go one step down, now we are talking about what we are doing now is one lap OCL. One lap OCL. It's a very important concept, one lap OCL. So this is an OCL here, right? I'm trying to explain the one lap OCL. If I look one step down, what's the next key level below this OCL here? Is another OCL. So this place qualifies to be my OCL. Now, when does this thing not qualify to be my OCL, one lap OCL? Is if I check one step below, and one step below is a key level, and that key level is a resistance or support. That means that OCL is not qualified to be my one lap OCL. So if I check this OCL that is here now, this OCL, one step below this OCL, remember the name of this OCL is one lap OCL, which means one level above or below. So one level below, the key level below this OCL is what? If I come down, is a support. So here cannot be used as my one lap OCL. This is not one lap OCL. We can't use it as one lap OCL. But I can use it as one lap OCL. This other OCL here can be my one lap OCL. Why is it my one lap OCL? If I check one level below this OCL, the key level below, if I check it down, is another OCL. It's not a support. That means this qualifies to be my one lap OCL. In essence, one lap OCL is that OCL that when you look one level below or above, the level below, directly below the OCL is not a support or resistance. Now, if I check this, one level above, can I use that as my one lap OCL? No. One level above here is what? Is this resistance. So here cannot be my one lap OCL, right? But here can be my one lap OCL. This place can be my one lap OCL. Here, one lap OCL. And I can always respect one lap OCL. You're going to learn how to use all that. For now, learn the terminologies. This is a one lap OCL because if I look one level above, this is a level, the direct level above this level. This is not a resistance. So here is my one lap OCL. This one also, if I check one level above it, is another OCL. It's not a resistance. So here qualifies to be my one lap OCL. If I check here also, one level above is another OCL. Or if I check one level above, is even this SBR, support become resistance. So it's not a resistance. As long as the next level above or below that OCL is not a support or resistance, that OCL is a one lap OCL and it's very valid and strong to take a trade if the criteria we use in picking trades is complete. Okay, so that is it for one lap OCL. Let's check another one lap OCL. Let's check another one lap OCL. This is a support here. I'll use here. This is my one lap. This can also be my one lap OCL. Now remember, if I want to check one level, the market respected it and used it here. If I want to check one level above, below this OCL, if I come down, one level above is what? Is this RBS? Is not. You see that? Is this RBS? So this one qualified to be one lap OCL. That's why the market used it. If I want to use one, this one qualify also because once level below this key level is another OCL, not resist support. So it qualifies to be my one lap OCL. As the name implies, one lap OCL, one level above or below OCL. So check another OCL. Is this one lap OCL? No, because one level below or one level above this OCL if I go up is a support. So this does not qualify as one lap OCL. Does this one qualify as one lap OCL? Yes, because one level above it is another OCL, not support resistance. So it qualifies. So that is it for one lap OCL. Now let's go into LS OCL, which means left side OCL. These are OCL that act as QM sometimes. They are not QM, so don't mistake it. They are not QM. QM is very powerful, so this one is not a QM. This thing is OCL. I have the video of this one on my page, on my TikTok page, but I'll still explain it here. So if I want to look for one LS OCL, these are OCL that acts as QM. Remember, they act as QM. Doesn't mean they are QM. So let's look for one because that OCL, that kind of OCL is always hard to see. Always hard to see. Now, those OCL are OCL that are broken twice. The market will break them twice. Market will break them twice. So let's look for one of them. This is an OCL here. It was broken. Let's see. This is the one lap OCL. It was broke. This LSOCL. This is LSOCL. At first, the market broke it. You see that? At first, it will act as a resistance. At first, it acted as a resistance. You see that? The market broke through it. And after, market came back. It was supposed to act as a support again, but market broke down. You see? Despite this market wanted to make this big move, the market respected it again here. You see that? So this is breaking it the first time. It acts as what? It will act as your, first of all, it's going to act as support. The market broke through it. Now it was supposed to act as resistance. The market broke through it again. So the market coming back again is going to act as QM. That was the reason why the market respected it here, the first time draw before it went off again. This is another perfect one here. The LS OCL left side. This was the LCL here, acting as a resistance, supposed to act as a resistance here, but the market broke through it. The same market came back again later. It was supposed to now act as a support, but the market broke through it. So after breaking through it, it must be broken twice. It must be broken twice. And after breaking through, it must be fresh. I know you guys have not done fresh yet. We're going to discuss that later. So you see the market came back again. What did the market do? The market used it here. You see how the market used it and dropped. So that's LSOCL. Let me see the one that acted as support first. Or let's see the one that acted as support first, then later. Because the one we've seen now, first of all, it was acting as a resistance. We've seen this one. Let's see the one that acted as support first. Now we have this one. And remember, I said it must be broken twice. Note, it must be broken twice. This was an OCL here, and the OCL was supposed to act as support. It was supposed to act as support. here. It's supposed to act as support at that zone. You see that? But the market broke through it. You see that? Breaking through it. Now the market coming back, it was now supposed to act as what? Break it the first time. Market coming back now was supposed to act as what? As a resistance. But it broke through it the second time. So when the market came back, it acted as the LS left side OCL. See how the market touched it. Very perfect. See how it touched it and left. So these are LS OCLs are very strong, especially when they are the only valid key level at that point in time. It's very strong. So first, it was supposed to act as what? As support, which was the support here, but the market broke through it. Then after breaking through it, was supposed to act as a resistance. What happened? The market broke through it again. So breaking through it, the market is going to come back and use it as what? As our LSOCL. Take note, it must be broken twice. LSOCL is more powerful when you're using it on weekly time frame. Weekly time frame. That's when LSOC, weekly and daily time frame. That's when it's very powerful. We don't even use OCLs on lower time frame like from 4 hour. We don't use OCLs on all those levels. Only key levels we only time frame we use um OCL is only monthly, weekly, and daily. We don't use OCLs on 4 hour. From 4 hour down, we don't use OCL. We don't. Now we have another one here. We have another one here. If you see this one was supposed to act as support, market broke through it. Now it's supposed to act as, you see that it must be broken twice. Supposed to act as what? As a support here. Supposed to act as support here. But it was broken. After the break, it came back, break again. Now, at this point, when the market came back in, it was supposed to act as resistance, but it broke again. You see, the market came back, despite it did not touch it here, but if I check it out on another broker, there might be a break, it might be a touch here, came back to this level and left. You see that very, very easy, very easy. You don't stress yourself on these things. That's why I always say advanced mercenary is straight to the point, very, very straight to the point. Now, look at it here again. We have something similar. This is an OCL here, right? Supposed to act as support, the market broke it. After breaking, it was supposed to act as resistance, the market, the right one broke it again. And what happened after the break? See how the market came, tapped it very well, and left. So LSOCL, you always see it once you see it in the market, but when you see it on weekly, don't joke with it, because out of 100 times, if it shows out of 100 times that the thing shows up, it's going to work 90% of the time. So the 10% of the time where it doesn't work shouldn't stop you from trading it or from using it. That's why if I see my setup, I see my concepts, I take my trades. One thing about trading, you know that losing is inevitable, winning is also sure. Someone was asking me last week, he said, how many RR did you, how many how many trades did you take throughout last week? I told the guy, number of trades to us that trade advanced mercenary, numbers of trade doesn't matter. What really matter and what counts is your RR at the end of the week. So there might be someone that picks 10 trades in a week. Out of the 10 trades, after subtracting his loss from his winning, he will end up making 1:7, 1:8, maybe throughout that week. And he'll be clapping for himself. Then you might pick only 4 trades. Out of the 4 trades, you might lose two, win two, or lose one, win three, and you end up with 1:40 something that week. So the number of trades doesn't matter, doesn't count. What counts is the number of RR you're able to accumulate by the end of the week. So that's what counts.